myself to do another video after after Trump basically took over Venezuela to try to control all the oil and the resources of another country they've had blockaded since what 2014. I just really couldn't do it. I mean, it's just like I tried to do a video, but I stayed up while this attack was going on, and I was just like, oh my gosh. It just reminded me of the Gulf War. It was so stupid. It was just so stupid. It's like, you guys, you want the oil, you want the oil companies back in there. That's what it's after is the oil companies. I know what's happening. It's just all dumb. Just couldn't bring myself to actually doing a video. And like, oh look, Trump's bombing Venezuela. He's gonna save the world. Yeah, not really. It's all about the money. It's all about the fiat currency. Look at my ears. Looks like I got like dog ears because I actually pushed my hair down today. Crazy, yeah, yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's just kind of the braids get weird right there. Anyway, it's a bunch of bull. It was about all the money. It's all it was ever. It's about the oil. It's about American oil companies. About what they said they built Venezuela, and then Venezuela went communist, which means nobody basically is richer than everybody else. The rich lost everything. The oil companies lost their investments, so it was a big payback to go get the oil fields back and the gold and all that back into the hands of the U.S. investors. I don't know how the live stream's acting. I gotta have Deb my wife look at this real quick. So just hang out there for a minute because I think that what's happening is my reception is so bad that I tried to watch my last video. It got like 100 views, and it's my internet company. That is the problem. It's not me. It's the internet company. It just sucks. And we didn't do like today's Sunday. Today we do some reading the words of Christ. I just I don't know what the pixels look like. My wife log in and see. Hey Deb, Deb, Deb. She can't hear me. So if you're on the other end, let me know how the reception's going. Hey Karen, how is your reception okay there? Because the last video I watched part of it, and it was crappy. It was crappy. It was really crappy. So if it's good, just a thumbs up. If it's getting all pixely and stuff like before, just let me know. Because just do a thumbs down, maybe something. Okay, right on. Good, we're good. And I got the internet off, so it doesn't do that. Anyway, so I'm just using for 5G or whatever. So Trump went in, invaded Venezuela, got the oil, got the companies are racing down there. They're all just running for the oil. We got to get that oil back, and it was supposed to be nationalized. What the deal with Venezuela was Venezuela's communist, which that means that no rich men are control oil companies that control the money. Revenue goes back into people. And what happens when you get a dictator? Kind of funny they say a dick and a potato crossed is a dictator. Just saying. Funny how that works out. And then they always take advantage of it when it becomes nationalized oil. And then Biden, actually Obama blockaded, the Venezuelans. The same with Trump. Trump was doing it too. The American people are like, oh yeah, Venezuela, oh yeah, Saddam Hussein must go, and Muammar Gaddafi, and oh Assad must go, and Osama bin Laden. Now it's a Nicolas Maduro, and then the oil companies they're like just streaming slobber to get in there and take the oil, then the gold, and what is it on purpose? They opened up the borders and just let them all in from Venezuela, and all over the world they're celebrating. Maduro's done, and you're like, okay, so the Venezuelans left. The men did, most of the men. There were millions and millions of men, and then they went in there and bombed Venezuela, and yeah, here we are now. The country's taken over. U.S. dollar's propped back up where it belongs. BRICS is in a retreat. Yeah, pretty good move. Kind of like with Assad must go, get Russia and Ukraine. Biden runs Ukraine as fast as he can, starts pumping weapons into there. Then they run back down. They're like, see ya, Afghanistan, gotta go, bye bye, Vietnam 2.0. And they leave people like hanging off the planes again. It's like, hey, that reminds me of the Vietnam War. Nobody cares. Nobody cared. Because they had to get Syria. They got Assad out of there, and then Assad ran to Russia, and Russia's like, okay, Down in Venezuela. Oh shit! Who's next, everybody? Let's see who's next on the cardboard cutout world we live in. It's a big question. I'm just asking. Is it gonna be Iran? But you know what? If they get Iran, then what are we gonna do? I mean, it's like if you lose Iran, who's the next bad guy that they can come up with? I mean, is it gonna be you, Germany? Is it gonna be like, oh, let's German economy's going up a little bit. Everybody attack Germany, and then it'll be what, Thailand, or maybe, or let's say the Philippines starts rising up a little bit, and the U.S. will just go in there, bomb around. Oh wait, no, we got to bomb Thailand now, or Philippines, or Vietnam, or whoever's next. What's next? Is it going to be the Congo? The hell are we going to do to keep propping up the fake fiat currency and the massive debt dollar depletion that happened during the great COVID pandemic? No one remembers, nobody cares, no one paid for any of that stuff. Nobody's saying a word. Just silence on the line. People were locked out of their houses. People in China were locked inside the buildings. America, I gotta kill grandma if you don't get the thing that doesn't stop the spread. You can't come to work, can't stay in the military unless you get that thing that doesn't stop the spread. Nobody cared. Nobody cares now. See what it was? The world's economies were destroyed where they wanted it personally, because they'd already gone to the repo market, which was 2019 up until November. They were borrowing from the Federal Reserve. This is called the repo market, everybody. But nobody's paying attention. Very few people's like, yeah, it's a car repo. No, it's where the banks can't close their books, so they are borrowing from each other. But instead, they are borrowing from the Federal Reserve billions of dollars a night, just keep their books open the next day to loan money out. Fake fiat currency. This is 2019. Then you had the baby boomers coming in on, what are we going to do with all the boomers? There's not enough money. We have to pay them all their, all these things they wanted. And so we had to end up just wiping them out. It's like, COVID came. Right on time. They drained the systems. They borrowed money. Heroes Act, not for heroes. The guy played a tambourine on the side of the street, got handed heroes money. Here, says Nancy Pelosi, you're all heroes. You from my boomer. You from my boomer. Don't know what that means. Anyway, I'm not a boomer. Boomers, you're looking at, getting into the 60-year-old age class. If I'm 60 like this, God help me, because I'm doing better than most of you. But that's the truth. So when we try to think about what's happening here, Venezuela was just another chink in the armor of the other competing things. I'm not going to answer you back from Boomer. Why am I going to answer you back? You keep asking me that question. Calling me a boomer, I'm not a boomer. I'm Generation X. We actually fought against the machine. We made music, unlike the shit that they got today. Yo, what is... Somebody should have done that. Stop. Gen Y. I don't know what Gen Y is, yeah. No, I'm Gen X. We actually, like X is going on now. Like X, it's X, X is everywhere, basically. But yeah, we did the best we could do. But the problem is, we should have stopped. We should have stopped. I mean, maybe we should have figured something out a little better than this. But hey, everybody came out of there's X everywhere. There's X platform. There's XAI. Hey, there's X rated. We should have stopped this mess back. But then yeah. The Twin Towers were attacked, and I gotta go to war. And then a Bush, and a Colin, Dick Cheney, George Bush, and Colin Powell, a Dick, a Bush, and a Colin, took us to war in the Middle East. I'm just saying, you couldn't make that shit up. You tried. Hey, who wants to take us a war, 20-year war in a desert with camel people? Dick and Bush and a Colin. Come on over here, all of you guys. Let's ask the Bush what Bush thinks. Well, shut up, Bush. Let's see, Dick. And then the Colin guy over there. Weapons of mass destruction. Weapons. Saddam Hussein must be stopped. Al-Qaeda. Taliban, Al-Qaeda. Shut up. Bush. Great big Bush. You rock it, yay. Oh, night on the X-Men. Yeah, thanks. Good evening. Greetings from Holland. The Dutch. Dr. Evil. And Austin Powers Faja. Yep, Austin Powers Faja. The Dutch. Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. So why would we attack Venezuela? Just so you all know, we've had embargoes on Venezuela. Oh yeah, we've been sanctioning the shit out of it. Why? Because the U.S. oil companies ain't there. They got kicked out. They got pissed. Oh, and then why are we fighting Russia? Because LNG. All that money. Oh, look at the money fall. We cut that Nord Stream pipeline. Putin, you did it yourself. No, he didn't. But the Germans were happy to have their gas prices through the roof because Deutschland. And then all the Russian oil, all the sanctioned oil. Imagine all the money they're all making. All of them. They're all liars. They're all liars. They're all making money off sanctioned oil. They love it. Cheap oil. Oh, my good gosh. They sanctioned. Oh, yeah, I got a sanctioned Russian oil. Man. Oh, shadow fleet. They're all eating it up. They're just like, oh, China's like, give us some more. And India's like, oh my god, look at all the oil. And America's like, we're not killing them. We're not fighting Russia, but we're giving them all the weapons and intelligence and all that stuff, and nobody really cares. Isn't it quite funny? Just like Venezuela, you know, just like Venezuela, it's where the gold is. It's where the oil is. They need Venezuela's gold, black or gold, whichever way. Texas tea. I'll tell you, the outcome is the rising U.S. dollar destroying everybody else's currencies. Good luck, world. This is the absolute destruction of competition to the U.S. fiat currency. Even though it's overexpanded, what else were they going to do? You got to think about this. What were they going to do? They took a dick and a bush to colon, took us into war, ran out of war options. Started a war with Russia, with Ukraine. Victoria Nuland was passing out cookies, got caught on a hot mic saying, I want this Nazi and this person as a government. They get all the oil. They get all the liquefied natural gas. They ain't making enough money off weapons anymore. Zelensky's army's still there fighting. They're like, well, we make some more money. It's going to take the shit out of Venezuela. Now they're all running down there to rape Venezuela. Texas tea, exactly. Europe is cut off now. Russia closed the line starting 2027. And they'll just throw it back. You'll just have to buy more U.S. natural gas and oil. They're just going to buy it from us. Venezuela is now taking over. They're going to ship that oil, all that to you. They see what this is? This is a bait and switch. The U.S. oil companies ain't getting enough out of the ground. They just go down there and take the shit out of Venezuela. All empires must fall. I bruised my knee. I got really bad knee growth. That was bad. That was really bad. Get a haircut. You're out of here. Let's see if you answer again. You're out of here. Don't come back. I don't need any of that hair shit. Energy will be way too expensive and can't get ahead. Expensive. Well, I mean, that's why they're just destroying the world. Because first you jack the price up by supply and demand, cut off Russia, attack Russia, blow up their fleets, blow up their refineries, and then you go down and take over Venezuela, take all their resources, say it's payback, bitches. It's payback for doing this when you nationalized your own oil to your own people and didn't allow Exxon and Sinclair and all the other jackasses in there. And that's all factual. And then you have the gold mining going on, gold surging. They'll find ways to do that. Trump did great. Yeah, taking over the world's a great thing. That's great. We don't have the right infrastructure to liquefy LNG on that scale. Well, it's about the money. It's about the price. Remember, it's Putin's price hikes. That's what they say. Listen to this prophet. Thank you. NATO caused the war, not Russia. Well, yeah, I mean, NATO meant to do this, and Vlad's in on it too. They're all in on it too. They're all in it together. See, people forget about the G20s, G5s, all this shit that was going on. And then they think somehow that these people ain't all in it together. They're all in it together. Every one of them. They're not enemies amongst each other. Maybe Maduro, because he wasn't playing along. Yeah, he tried taking over a communist country. Yeah, he was doing all this shit. We all know he's doing this. They always do when they get rich and famous. The people loved him. They did. You know, it was like Muammar Gaddafi going down the road to Tripoli, and there was no armed guards or sitting inside of a bunker or anything like that, or having to have plexiglass and people on snipers on roofs in Tripoli. No, Gaddafi had women with machine guns, kind of like Austin Powers or like Doctor Evil. Yeah, you check it out. So we're down to 5 viewers. We already lost everybody because I banned one guy for telling me to get a haircut. I can't really stand those people say get a haircut. I don't know what the hell their problem is, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, that's the truth about this. The truth of the whole matter is, yeah, Muammar Gaddafi did nothing, and Hillary Clinton said, we came, we saw, he died. Ha ha. With a knife up his butt. And America applauded. That Muammar Gaddafi, that Maduro, he was this guy. Then Assad, oh no, Osama bin Laden. In Pakistan, he wasn't in Afghanistan. His body was thrown off in the ocean. Yeah, great choice there. Well, he's dead. Yeah. Are we done yet? The rest of the world's just sitting there just going. Trump said he stops wars. Yeah, you idiots start fighting, and Trump stops it, and then he funds the wars. And then he tells Russia we'll do what we said we're going to do to you. Then he does shit to Russia directly, attacks the Kremlin, and goes right into the frickin' Vladimir Putin's own one of his houses. And they say, "Oh no, it's Putin. It's you're lying." Just like the Nord Stream pipeline you guys cut, but you didn't. And meanwhile, he just goes down and beats the shit out of Maduro and takes his country. Well, there goes the nuclear threat of nuclear weapons inside Venezuela. Russia might have flew in there in 2014 with bombers and cargo planes. Everybody forgets that because a lot of people are too young to remember anything that's happened here, let alone a recession or any of the other wars and lies. Very few of us are old enough to remember this anymore. Just recent past. I see. Take the idea, not the person. If you attack the person, it just makes you look pathetic. I have no idea what you're saying. The masses are sheeps. Well, it's going to be sheep, just not a sheep following them. Actually, Omar did a lot. No, he didn't. Bullshit. He was loved. He sent his people all across the world. You had what, LeBron James? No, that was in North Korea. No, he was doing great. He was doing great. Yeah, they have to have armed guards. It wasn't a big country. No, after it got bombed by Reagan, which 99% of people watching have no fucking idea what that's even about because they haven't been alive long enough to even understand what happened then. They bombed the shit out of him then, and he just kind of did his thing. But he had terrorists, murderers, jihadists, just like Saddam Hussein put people to death, because they were jihadist monsters. And look what they did. Drug cartels must go. Yeah. Yeah, those people Gaddafi did shit to were bad people. Guaranteed bad people. He wasn't like imprisoning good people. And the problem is America is the most highly incarcerated nation in the world. So what's your point? America does really bad things to a lot of really good people. I mean a lot of bad things. Holy shit. What our justice system does to people. What a lawyer does. Yeah, they get the bad guys off and they put the good guys in jail. And they take all the money, even in an accident. Oh, that Gaddafi was bad. Sit in an American courtroom for 5 days and find out what you see and say, this ain't right. Gaddafi must go. Yeah. Like Glenn DeZen said, America is a hegemon acting out of fear. I thought that was a great analogy. Yeah, because America is the most ruthless country on planet Earth. Has been for a very long time. We've incarcerated people for DUIs, for marijuana possession. Put them in prison. I knew a kid that got 10 years for having pot. Yeah, back before a lot of you guys were even out of your little huggies. They're putting men in prison. I watched cops beat the shit out of people for no reason. My cousin was beat nearly to death over this shit. BS, you are talking theory about Ukraine and Putin. They're all in it together. You think that they're not. You're absolutely out of your mind. These, oh yeah, look what happened to Wagner Group. Oh, it says helicopter blew up. He's revolting. He's dead. All he was saying is run the war right. And they tried making it to Moscow. And he died. Look at the special military operation that's going on now. Millions dead. Not even a war. How does that work in this world? Drones attacking Russia, the great Soviet Union. Same as the Luftwaffe flying in, but nobody cares. And they're not even their own drones. Putin the sickle. He did a lot for his people. Did what for his people? He just killed millions of them doing nothing. You don't start a special military operation when there's millions of dead. Their lives are gone. They're over. Every life is sacred. For what? Well, they needed us. We all knew what was going on with Zelensky, a president playing a president. We all knew about Trump, an actor playing a president too. Now Putin, KGB time. Send in the Muslim extremists. Oh yeah, send them in there. Get it. Oh, you think you're wrong. You're wrong. No, the Chechens when they got the shit killed out of them. The Wagner Group got wiped out. Oh no, they're still no. There's hundreds of thousands of them dead. Perfect in my book. Wipe them out. Every time the men get a little pushy of a generation, they start a Vietnam. Kind of weird how that works, right? Get rid of the fighting men, and what do you have left? Omar Gaddafi's social welfare program raised the standards of living for thousands. And oh yeah, no, they could go do everything they wanted. No, Gaddafi could. You could go. You sent him across the world. This is all factual. This is all common knowledge. Yeah, if you want to be a farmer, he helped you out. Oh no. He started the African dinar. Nobody today is in prison just because of weed. Oh yeah, they ain't. Oh, we gotta save that, Mike. That is bullshit. Mike, you're misinformed, bro. No. There is still people serving time in prison for weed. Are you crazy? Or just misinformed is a question. I mean, honestly, Mike, what are you thinking? No, they've been doing it for decades now. Oh, hell no. Yeah, you get weed, too much weed, you're done. You're out of here. There's 3 strikes, you're out too. Oh, hell no. Don't ever sell it. Guys are selling weed all the time. But you can buy it at one of these little pharmacist bastard places. But by God, you sell it on the street, you're going to prison. Yeah, General Electric, Reagan. This guy's out of here. Don't ever come back. History repeats because we, as a special, don't learn. Oh, we don't. We don't learn. Let's see. No, it's all about the oil. It's always been about the money. It's about the corporations. It's not about us. You think Putin gives a shit about how many people have died? If you was half a human being, do you think if one man got his guts blown out on a battlefield screaming from a drone with a grenade dropped on him while you're doing this, watching North Koreans die, and people are like, they deserved it. Yeah. I can watch all day long Ukrainians and Russians killed on the battlefield. And people are just, men burned alive in tanks. They're like, oh, the orcs must die. And I'm like, that's somebody's child, you sack of shit. It is. They don't care about life. They don't care anything about life. You conspiracy theorists always talk shit about Trump. Trump may not be perfect, but he's no RFK Jr. 6 ways from Sunday. It's all better now. Inflation's over. Shut up and go home. I voted for Trump. Jackhole. Twice. And he was the lesser of the 2 evils. Almost got killed. But, oh, our inflation's better now. Because it's so much better. Society has changed overnight. And just What do you expect? What do you expect is going to come in here and save the day? Well, you had Kamala or him. Wow. Amazing, wasn't it? And it's all better now. Venezuela, oh, it's all, we're fixing it. The country's fixed now. We can all just stop and go home. It's over. Thanks for paying my grocery bill, Dougie Boy 3965. I'll accept you. I got a PayPal account. Go ahead and send me a bunch of money, and we'll pay for the inflation that's already happened that isn't fixed. And we'll all get along. You can all supplement my income too. It'd be a good idea. Who cares, bro? Drill, daddy, drill. Drill what? Drill. Mine what? Mine. What are we doing? Oh, it's all better now. I mean, Venezuela's conquered. It looks like the Europeans are getting tons of weapons that they funneled to Zelensky, and it's not stopping. Drill, baby, drill. Yeah. I've actually been a Trump supporter probably before you was even voting. It is way better. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Way better than what? What? Are you 12? Literally. I mean, if you're over 50, you understand. Way better than what? I mean, what is your goal? Oh, the reason why I can't watch Terminator 3 is because there's a lawsuit going on between the ex-wife of John Cameron and the company that produces it. So they won't allow it because they don't want you to see Terminator Rising, and that's why you can't stream. But you can find it on YouTube. I mean, realistically, if you're not 12 years old, you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Let's see, this guy's gonna say, I'm 55 and I'm a Bitcoin miner and I got a great big house and my good God, I'm worth $1 million. I can't get this to go. I mean, they don't suck that sweet nectar from the ground. What sucking what sweet nectar you're gonna do? All right. Yeah, you got a lot of it. You also do not know Putin. Yeah, he cares about the dead men. I mean, your life is important. Go serve. Go die for it. Go do it, bro. Go do it. In a battlefield, no one's going to give a shit. You can dig up German soldiers in Russia right now in the tundra. Maybe go do that. Or you can dig up Russian soldiers in the tundra. And you can dig up Russian soldiers in Germany and German soldiers in Germany. And probably some Americans and in France. And nobody gives a shit. I was raised with the generation that fought those wars and nobody gives a shit. Okay? Go die for Putin. Go die for Trump. Go die for Zelensky. Go do it. You just get your ass in there like the rest of them in 2014. You get in there after Maidan coup and just Call of Duty your ass. And see how long that takes you. Yeah, seriously. You want to go do it. You go do you, bro. What an amateur a-hole you are. Is it you think you're bringing to the table lecturing us? Listen to you half an hour now. So childish, self-centered, won't be wasting my time again. Good, James. Good. Good, James Perry. Go suck off the tit of the rest of the bastards. Nobody cares what you think, bro. Let's go see what your show looks like. Because he's got like HW1DJ, so you probably have a huge channel. Oh, nobody. You suck, James. Your channel sucks. That literally, nobody cares about what James says. Nobody cares about you, James. Nobody cares, James. Because you're in it with him. You're with him, James. You're with him. That's what it is, James. Your channel sucks. 91 billion. Yeah. Well, I think 120 billion we gave to Zelintard. You're lecturing all of us because we want to drill, baby, drill, because it's going to make my life so much better at the pump. The price of fuel is mostly taxes in America, and energy isn't that expensive unless it's to your house. Don't touch the wine or the oil, right? Let's see. Hey, RR. See ya. Good to see you, Karen. Hello there, Sleepy Time video. You are so full of yourself. You can't even see all the great things Trump has done. All the great things he's done. Wow, I see all these great things he's done. They're great. Yeah, let me check my wallet. I mean, does it great that great? Is it just coming out the nipples of Donald Trump? My life is so much better. That damn Maduro, he's under arrest, and my life is better. And that war has ended, and it's over. And now we're focusing on inflation. We're bringing down inflation. He's kicking out some of the illegal immigrants, not to mention the other immigrants, the H-1B visa holders, are still pouring in, taking U.S. jobs. And damn the job market. I'll tell you what, you could just go get yourself an apartment right now for $50. Life has changed. 50-year mortgages, everybody. 50-year mortgages. That's America right there. Yeah. Yeah, kick his ass out of here if you just get that son of a bitch out of here. Yeah, just another Maduro follower from the 60s. I wasn't alive in the 60s, idiot. Hey, you're dumb. Yeah, I was alive, dumbass. Another Maduro follower from the 60s. Maduro wasn't in power, tard. Duh. Yeah, idiot. Yeah, just get the son of a bitch out of here. Yeah, another Maduro follower. Just another Maduro. Nobody knew who the shit Maduro is. Kind of like Zelensky. Nobody cares. Half the 90% of the population couldn't find out where the hell Ukraine was on a map, let alone anything else. Ask the idiots now where the hell Venezuela is. And to those of you Venezuelans, you know very well it's at. Oh, I know exactly where it's at. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, good for you. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Just another Maduro follower. Yes, Maduro. Follow you I will. Not. Don't know who the guy is, really. I've seen a couple pictures of him. Oh, yeah, that's great. And besides that, Trump has made America so great. I'm just living. You know what? Hey, my power bill has gone up. My natural gas bill's gone up. Dominion Energy owns the DAPL protests. You know, the guys that ran DAPL protests, the oil company, the gas company, they're now my gas company. The value of everything at the store with the little bitty packs of chips now. Look, Daddy, I got a bag of this says Party Brand. Son, it's better now with Trump. 50-year mortgages. No, none of it's better. None of it's better. It's a lie. The oil, the gold, and Israel is still getting everything they want. Money going out the door. Hey, I love Israel. I'm telling you, I do. Never been there. I'm part Jew. I don't care. It's gone down the rows. Just goes down the road, bro. What am I supposed to do? Oh yeah, you should support Israel. Yeah, yeah. And Maduro must go. Yeah, and that damn Iran, he's gonna mess up everything in my country. Just gotta watch out for bombs coming in here. Any day now, Iranian bombs are gonna destroy the world. Okay, back to the real world. Nothing's gotten cheaper. This is all bullshit. Job market hasn't gotten better. Trump's still pumping money all over the damn world. Doge got kicked out. Elon Musk tried to show you guys the corruption, like, USA aid, and that was it. Bye-bye. Thanks, Elon. Thanks for all your help, guys. You guys did good. Thanks for showing up. Crickets. Crickets. What about all the corruption? Well, we're getting those guys from Somalia. We're gonna shut all those down. It's all corrupt. The whole system is corrupt. The banking system's corrupt. The credit system's corrupt. The foreign aid's corrupt. It's all corrupt. Where's all the money from the COVID pandemic? Where did it go? Oh, we don't talk about the pandemic because we're all guilty of something. Anybody need a jab? Sorry, over here. Get you one. Get you one for free. Yeah. It's all bullshit. Let's go wipe out, Venezuela. Because, Venezuela is the Venezuelan around. You know, we don't want any Venezuelans up in this country. The whole every system it's all bullshit. They're all getting kickbacks. They're all getting money. They're all getting subsidized. There's migrant loans. Oh, no, there's not. We broke it down. There still is organizations paid for by rich people that still get tons of money to set up. Some foreign national comes here and sets up a fucking gas station or a hotel. And you're like, how did that guy from Churjakaflakistan get a freaking... Oh, shut up. How come there's still immigrants? Shut up. The border's closed. H-1B visa, so there's still 100,000. Okay, well, they're still getting in. $5,000 ticket. $5 million ticket. Okay, citizenship immediately. The jobs ain't coming back. Okay. Now that they bombed and took over Venezuela, there is a possibility bricks could crumble. And there may be a chance to see a rise in jobs. But you got a shit ton of people here that need a good job because these jobs don't pay for shit. And those of you that do got jobs, they're going to be destroyed by AI very quickly. You're losing them by the day. The end goal, take Venezuela's oil with oil companies, which is factual. Take their gold with gold companies, which is factual. Rob their resources, which is factual. And none of their citizens are going to go back home. That is spread throughout the world. Why? Because they're cheap labor. They come over here, don't have to pay. Oh, yeah, they don't pay shit, dude. They get away with murder. Get away with the dog. Yeah, I've seen Ride with the Hive, Utah State. YouTube channel called Ride with the Hive. Lady, cop pulls them over up in Salt Lake. Neither one of them have a driver's license. Neither one of them barely speak any English. They got a better car than I do. Okay, because they ain't paid shit. They're just like taking money and shit and just getting immigrant loans, and they need help for anything. This interpreter shows up. The lady can't even arrest them for driving without a license or insurance. That's what she said right there. I just watched it last night. Gotta let him go. Gotta let him go. Nah, thank you guys. Here's your ticket. Don't know who you are. Shim shammy wing wing, you wog. Bye-bye. Take care then. Bye-bye. Yeah, they don't care. But we don't pay our taxes. You'll go to prison. They'll catch you. They'll find you one way or the other. Our daycare center or daycare. Oh yeah, the daycare center scam. That's a very tippy top of the iceberg. I mean, the amount of actual people that are the funding that's being stolen out of America is astronomical. I mean, they're literally allowing immigrants to come in here by what did we figure it was 15 million to 2019. All immigration, 50 million people. And they have full rights to send their money back to their former countries and destroy their economy by being the ultra rich. They work on New Year's Day. They work on Christmas. They work all night. They don't care. They work in the snow. They work in the rain. Why? Because this is like a lower 48 person going to Alaska making quadruple or 10 times what they would make here in our working days with by being up there. That's the same thing as immigrants do here. They're just raking in the cash, throwing it across to whatever country. How you come to Zimbabwe, you wire your money back to Zimbabwe, you're gonna have a massive, place. You're gonna be rich. South Central America is getting bad now. All the gringos are buying up all the real estate down there and stuff along the coast. They're turning that into a new paradise. Why they scum this place? Looks like we got 3 left, guys. It's just us 3. So let's ask Grok. Let's see how smart that. How many people are in prison now for marijuana? They're just getting everybody. They just get everybody thrown in prison just for anything, anyways. I don't know spell. There is no exact update today figure, but the number of people currently incarcerated solely and primarily marijuana cannabis offenses in the United States as early 26, largely due to inconsistent reporting, overlapping charges, and various across the state's system. The Prison Project, a leading cannabis justice organization, and similar sources estimate around 40,000 people are incarcerated for cannabis. Suck it, you troll. Suck it, you troll. 40,000 people are in prison for cannabis, you idiot. Not you guys. That troll son of a bitch. Broader context for prison policy initiatives 2025 whole pie report shows 366,000 people incarcerated for any drug offense. 40,000 people in prison for marijuana. Leading cannabis justice organization. And some troll gets on here, some smuck, some moroon gets on here and says, there ain't nobody in prison for marijuana because I'm smart. Shut up. They've been throwing people in prison for marijuana for decades, beating them senseless for pot. It's a gateway drug. Well, the whole system's fucking high now, bro. Where does that put you? They're passing it out like nothing. Trump just finally says, oh, now we're going to drop the penalty down. Of course he would. Because he wants them all high as hell. I'm not against Trump. I'm telling you, do the best you can do, but he's a businessman. He doesn't give a shit. Prison systems need to be fed too, just like the rest of the oil industry. And anybody thinking any difference is a liar, or they're extremely confused, not old enough to understand anything, living in a dream world. This whole system's fake. This is not right. It's not supposed to be good. It's not good for anybody. This is disease, sickness. But the young run around, and half the immigrant population today think they're happier and shit. And within a few months or years, they're going to be on all kinds of antidepressants and having to suffer the same issues. And they're proud Venezuela was taken over. Until another government, which they wanted in there so they can get the damn oil and the gold out of there. Has the gold mining worked out for you South America yet? The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And I can't believe there's a multitude of morons that come here. On YouTube, the stupidest concentration of idiots the world has ever seen, making TikTok look like it's an Einstein convention. The trolls that come on here are so dumb. It's painful. Literally, to say that nobody's in prison for marijuana. Yeah, they got a bag of weeds in there, and people that smoke marijuana are pretty dumb as it is. They're, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures and Beavis and Butthead. But by good, oh my God, put the guy in prison. He needs to be in jail because my feelings. Despite progress in pardons, expungements, and felony charges, you can't get a job because you had marijuana. But yet you can go down here to a dispensary saying, I have stress. Oh my God. And they'll hand you a marijuana card. Yeah. Fair and just, right? All the way. Freedom and justice. You Maduro lover, you. You Maduro. Nobody knew who the hell Maduro is. Nobody cares. The world doesn't give a shit about Maduro. He's no Muammar Gaddafi, and that was even, people are still like, he's not Saddam Hussein. Saddam must go. He's not Al-Qaeda. No Al-Qaeda in Iraq. Talibanis. ISIS. None of that. Nobody cared about Maduro. Nobody gave a shit about Maduro. They tried to feed it to the media. Oh, yeah, today breaking news. Venezuela needs to get rid of Maduro, and this Chava Shabba lady is receives the Nobel Peace Prize because their fight is... No, America is a fight every day to live here. I don't care about Venezuela. I don't think Americans should care about Venezuela. I think Venezuela should care about Venezuela, and I think Venezuelans should care about Venezuelans. an American story is as bad, if not worse. And oh, they're living off. See videos from Venezuela, they're plump. Okay, just telling you, they got street food. They got more. You want to check it out? Go look at check out Venezuela just before. Oh my God, the world's ending in Venezuela. They're not skinny. No, 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 no. They're doing good. No, no, no. They're eating better than we are. Their food is real. How dare you? They'll cook you corn right there on the streets. Oh yeah, they got food. They weren't starving. Total hypocrites. Yep. Now the government is making THC from other things. Oh, probably because they think that it's easier to make it that way than grow it. So let's see right here. Here, despite progress in expungement, rescheduling efforts, advocates emphasize that tens of thousands still face incarceration for acts now legal or decriminalized in much of the country. For the latest advocacy update, check organizations like Last Prisoner Project or Prison Policy Initiative. They're still arresting people for marijuana. They're still throwing them in jail. They're still giving them felonies. They're still taking their lives away. Maybe it says Trump signed his little thing. Oh, FBI data shows nearly 180,000 marijuana possession arrests in 2024. What a bunch of... What is it? Is the guy that comes on here and says that there's no marijuana arrests, nobody in prison with marijuana, is he a part of the system? Is that what it is? Is the guy that gets on here and says that I'm a Maduro sympathizer, is he trying to bring the Putin sympathizer thing in? Is that what he's trying to do? Is he just a paid troll? Now the guy that says Vladimir Putin is not in on this, he thinks Putin and this and this and this, is like, who kills millions of their own men and doesn't declare all-out war? Who allows their capital to be attacked? Who allows their country to be invaded by a Western-backed military that would be like Maduro sitting down there if nobody gave him any weapons? They could have armed him with nukes. The U.S. have been arming Ukrainians with everything. And you think somehow Putin's not in on it? The hell is wrong with this? Yeah, I am finally a little better. At least I can breathe again. Me too. A little bit of a wheeze. Sinus is still severely congested. But overall better. I had a coughing fit this morning that got a lot of the crap out of my lungs, but overall better. Isn't that unique there? Sleepy and Karen. Isn't it kind of weird? Kind of weird, I'd say. Anyway, I was bad cold. It was, and I think it's just watch out for the super flu. So since we lost all of our viewers, we're gonna check this out real quick. And the reason why we lost is because we weren't putting up with their shit. As soon as we started fighting them on their crap, they put dislike and don't recommend it. I'm not listening to Paul. I am not reading Acts. I don't care about Paul. I don't care what Paul says. I don't want to go to the picture. I'm more disgusted with Paul than I ever have been. Saul, actually. What was this one? Let's see. These are still pictures. Let's go back. Oh, Matthew, you're freaking way back here, ain't we? So let's go to Jesus predicts Peter's denial. This is St. Matthew, what are we on? 26:30. And when they had sung a hymn, they went out into the Mount of Olives. Then said Jesus unto them, all ye shall be offended because of me this night. Put that in your book, trolls. All ye shall be offended because of me this night. The trolls, did I offend you? For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad. But after I am risen again, I will go before you into Galilee. Peter answered and said unto him, though all men shall be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended. Jesus said unto him, verily, verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. That's why they called it Carathrace, by the way, on Battlestar Galactica. Peter said unto him, Though I should die with thee, ye will I not deny thee. Likewise said also said all the disciples. Jesus, okay. So we just said, I will offend you this night. Yeah, if you want to check it out, St. Matthew, what do we say? It's a 26:30. St. Matthew 26:30. I shall offend you. I shall offend you. And there's 4 of us watching right now, 3 of you. Karen, Roadrunner, Sleepy Time. It's us. Does it matter to the masses, you guys? No. Does it matter if I offend them? No. Does it really make a difference that these people get pissed and all that? No, it doesn't really. And the reason why is because, I mean, look at it. Look at it how it is. They gotta. It's just us, and look what they think. Look how they're thinking. Just imagine being suckered into this shit world when this is paradise. This is paradise. You know, the buffalo I hunted came back to life with Grok. Picture of me and my bison when I was in my 30s. I was young. I was in my 30s. I looked that young. I got up and rode the buffalo again, off towards a teepee. It's a coming of the kingdom. We're seeing it, to see it, you know. And I would love to just go into this world and just take a nice aluminum boat that's parked right here and go over here towards this big glacier national park up here. This great, beautiful paradise. Thanks. I love for you guys to show up here too. It's really about us. It isn't about them. Sorry, just like I said, paradise ruined everybody. All it takes is one of them. One to ruin paradise. I do not want paradise, the kingdom that's coming. I don't want that to be like this with them. I'm sorry, but I'm not. There is no fixing 2026 post-pandemic, people. They're too far gone. I wish that they would come back and say, yes, we want paradise. Yes, we see them for the deception. Yes, we know now that Putin killed his own people by sending them to war, which no man has the right to do that. That every person that dies in both sides of those trenches deserved life and the right to say yay or nay to paradise. It was their choice. It's their test. I'm enjoying paradise. I don't care. I just read Christ say, I shall offend you this night. So all them that are offended can go suck a fish, you guys. They go suck it hard. Suck it till the scales come off. Because paradise isn't for them. Vomit them out. Blech. Because God doesn't care about their feelings. They can't hide anything they've ever said or done. They're done. You did what you did, trolls. It's not my fault. It's yours. But don't worry. You're the hip-hoppity, shim-shammy, bing-wang, bang-bang of this yo of the world. I reside in paradise now. At least I can see it for a minute instead of having to just imagine it. You got the most views when you spoke of aliens. I know. Well, we'll do that again. We got 10,000. We almost got monetized. I think we actually are monetized. I do. I think we are monetized. We might make $1.50 now. America. But it really isn't about that, is it? It's about showing we go to St. Matthew, offend all of them, and then the Lord says, I'm going to offend all of you this night. Peter, which is Wiener, which is a D-I-C-K. They deserve it. That's why they named it that, a Peter, a Willie, you know. thousands are in prison today for marijuana charges. They went in maybe just your average hometown, small town boy, girl, came out super predators with weightlifting. What kind of a country incarcerates a portion of their population in a prison system where it's all about race, drugs, gangs, and then feeds them and lets them lift weights until they come out super predators? I went at 120 pounds, got raped 5 times, come out far 200-300 pound monsters. Not a God-fearing country, now would it be? Incarcerates its own people. Takes them in as normal people or just somebody that's smoking pot or doing a little bit of drugs and needs help. They come out super gangster prisoners. But that's what everybody wants in this world. That's what the majority wants. Is what they want. They don't want paradise. They want to be the crook, the criminal, the businessman that owns everything. With their bits and holes, narco kings. Oh, did I say kings? They want to be kings. There's only one king. And one day, you'll see him coming on the clouds. Until then, good luck, everybody. Karen, no, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. Why? Because paradise. Because paradise, this kingdom's been inside of us the whole time. You only had to prompt it, didn't we? Interesting. Really, really interesting, isn't it? Yeah. I never got raped in prison or jail, but back then I was a fighter and still off the chain. Well, I knew a guy that did that too. One hell of a fighter. Part Native American. Went in there, rounded up and got his gang together, the Native Americans, and they fought everybody. But what was it all over? He spent all those years in prison. 20 years or more, like my cousin Jeffrey. It was all about race. It was all about who's who. I'm glad you didn't get raped, but they raped your spirit. They raped your life. Forgive 7 times 70. I don't know how a Christian believes in this place. Sorry. I understand safety. I want to put those bad people away. Yes, I'm there. But 7 times 70. Forgiveness is the way. Yeah, Karen. You wonder why somebody goes through a murder and they say, I forgive you. I forgive them. Why? Because you don't want this shit on you. And if you make a mistake, it's forgiveness. But not by man. Man judges. Man judges you. Man tells you what their laws are. They pass every law when God's law is all that counts. And if you even harm a child here, you might as well throw yourself in the ocean with a millstone around your neck. They used to mill grain and grapes with a donkey or a horse. Thou shalt not kill times 1,000,000 is the Lord. If you're not a child, you'll never return back to a kingdom or a heaven, even if it's inside of you. Say no to their wars. Repent if you did. Agree like I did at one time. My sons went to those wars. My dad, my grandparents, my great-grandparents. Freedom and democracy. Freedom and democracy. I remember a people that were free that fought for to live here too, and they didn't get any of the free or dumb or the duh or democracy. Yeah. All gays. I'm glad it changed you. I'm glad it changed you. You want to know why? Because you got to win this game, okay? And it's very simple. Very simple. but it's the hardest thing to swallow. Let no man take you. Let no man. None of these schmucks. Look, it's evening time in the mountains. Look at this. Just because we can't be rich like these bastards are and live on that lake right there, look at these mountains where the rich man gets to sit there with his ambrosia or whatever they call it. What do they drink? Dom Perignon. Why they have little bastards running around wanting to be like him, and he uses them to feed his narcissistic addiction, power, and greed. To have a porch like this on a lake and retire, while all those he stepped on along the way to get there. I did not. Yes, you did. No, I did not. Yes, you did. Your investments did it for you. I guess it's plausible deniability, right? The kingdom's not open for them in heaven or the one that comes here to the earth. No, yeah, you change you, but God's plan is always God's plan. Remember that. Good. They never changed you. They can't change anybody. It's a system. It's a system, and once you're broke into the system, you're no different than a broke Mustang. It's just a violent breaking. It kills your innocence in prison. That's what they do. Any innocence you have living inside you gets stomped out. Why? Because innocence is the most most valuable essence we possess is innocence. You're innocent. Or you've never seen that type of shit. They took it from you, every last drop. Why? Because you can't steal someone's soul. When they're a sheep, you can't steal their soul. When they're in the Lord's flock, they're untouchable. And like Christ said, you will become a child again before you ever come back. Remember that. Gotta go. Maybe tonight we'll do a primetime video. Maybe we'll do aliens, Karen. If not, we probably got 10 views and everybody hates us. We just read from St. Matthew. Offend you is what I'll do tonight. Because we consider offending and why you're offended. I'll see you later. I'm going to go visit my wife. She's got to go to work. Thanks for watching.